Tell me about yourself. How do you answer to this simple question, right? If you want to get a job, if we're at an interview and we're talking to the hiring person and they ask you this question, how are you going to answer it? Tell me about yourself. And all of us struggle answering this question. I used to have a hard time answering it myself. But what I've realized is that there are certain ways, there is a formula that you can follow. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And so you need to get this right from the very beginning. Remember that when they ask you this question, a lot of people conceptualize the, the question as they have to talk about their life story, right? How do you, or tell me about yourself. How do you describe yourself? Tell me about you. And they would go on talking about their family members, about their pets, about all these things that have nothing to do with this question, right? Because when you're introducing yourself, when you're presenting yourself, what the other person wants to know is really the things that you're good at, the things that make you valuable, and why you. Why do they have to choose you? So in a way, you are telling them about the things that make you special, that's going to help them get to their goal. So I've talked about how when we're in these interactions, communicating with other people, we need to forget about ourselves in a way. We need to stop being so selfish and put the focus on them. And so if you just take that one piece of advice right there and then, you will make so much progress in all your social interactions. So forget about you and focus on them, right? It's very similar. Like I always find the relatability when it comes to job interviews and dating interactions, right? When you're on a coffee date, for example, it's the same dynamics. You're just getting to know each other and they want to know why you. Why do they have to choose you? And perhaps it's reciprocal because you also are interested in what they bring to the table. So what are you bringing to the table when they ask you this question? Why does it have to be you? Tell me about yourself. So change that perception you have about talking about you and your hobbies yet, right? You might talk about it if they ask you later on, but the first question, all they are trying to find out is the things that make you a good fit for them and what you're bringing to the table. So what problems can you solve? What values do you have that the company can benefit from? So don't just be yourself. A lot of people think, oh, just have to be myself and just show them everything, about me. You got to be careful with that. You need to be yourself, but not just that. You need to be your best self. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to be your best self in a situation like this? You do it by remembering the 3S, right? It's like an acronym. 3S. S number 1, S number 2, S number 3. So let's see. The first S is for success. So tell me about yourself. Okay, so I know that I need to show them where I've been successful before. Actually, you can't really show them, but you have to talk about your past successes. For example, and this is a script that I use. I have been successful at teaching languages in the past for many years, and I specialize on people that are not very confident when it comes to speaking a language in social settings. See, I tell them where I've been successful in the past. So I've been doing that for a long time, and I have many clients that can back that up because of their testimonials. There you go. So that's my success story, right? So it's the same for you. You have to show them where you've been successful in the past and talk about it. Like if you're an artist, oh, I've been doing art for 7 years and I've worked at all these companies and they all have good things to say about me. I can actually give you their names and their numbers so you can contact them. Something like it. Just talk about where you've been successful in the past and display those attributes. Okay, so that's the first S. The second S is for you to remember your strengths. So do you also want to know, okay, yeah, you've been successful in the past. Of course, you just share that with us. Now, your strengths. Okay, this is the script for strength. My strength is my ability to. So in my situation, I would say something along the lines of, my strength is my ability to connect to the client or to my clients and really find out the type of information that's going to help them increase their comfort and their confidence when speaking a new language. See, I show them that's what I'm good at. And that's what I'm passionate about because I struggle with it myself. And so because I've achieved it, I can share my experience with other people. So, right, what is that for you? Where are your strengths at? What are you good at? I promise you, you are good at something because you're unique and you have a special skill that nobody else has. And so figure out what that strength is for you. And when you are asked this question again, or whenever you are at an interview, you can share that with them, right? And I don't have to say that you need to be authentic and this has to be real because that's kind of obvious, right? But so find out what you're good at and share that with them. And the last and final S is situation. So you need to make that relation, right? From all these things that we've talked about, your successes and your strengths, and how do you apply those two, right? Your background and strength to the position. How is that relatable? How can you relate that to what they want? And so this is the script for that. What I'm looking for in a company is a company that has the same mindset as myself. Because since I like my job, what I do for other people, I want to find a company that can support that has this growth mindset mentality. And so I think that that's what I'm looking for. What do you think? And you ask that question. Do you think my personality, my strengths, and what I'm bringing to the table relates to what you're looking for? So see, don't just wait for them to ask you questions. Remember that the person that asks question in any interaction is the one that controls the conversation. So just because they are the ones that are going to hire you doesn't mean that they have to be asking all the questions. Because when you ask them a question, you become the one in control of the conversation. And so make sure you're asking questions as well. And you tell them, hey, this is what I'm looking for in a company. And I just told you why I am the best fit. Now, does that fit with your standards? Does that sound like it's something you would want in a candidate or in your next employee? And so there you have it, guys. Those 3 powerful reminders of what to say in any interview, in any interaction that you have. Thank you much. Hasta luego. Adiós.